Welcome to a quick Cycles update. We pushed a new release of the Cycles Toolbox, which is now online. So I want to give you a quick walkthrough about the new features and what have been changed. So let's directly jump into it. First of all, please always ensure that you get the latest news by visiting our changelog. As I show it here, you can directly check all the changes which happened here on our website. So make sure you visit this page to be aware of all changes. So now let's quickly go through what has changed here. So if we go to the changes, first of all, there are some changes in the cycle scanner. So let's just open a basic scanner here this way. So what you see first is, no, this is the chart. Let's go into the scanner, not the chart. So cycle scanner here. So what you see is a new icon, this A icon here, and this allows you just to completely hide out of sample data sets. So for example, if you put the end button of the analysis and update the analysis, um, you will see that the light blue line here is the out of sample data, which means this data has not been used, but is still shown on the chart here. So if you want to disable the out of sample data, you just simply click the I button and it will just hide the out of sample information here. So as it would have looked like really at that point of day, and you can just double click it to get the out of sample data back in. So this is our first change, which we did. The second change is that you have another button here. So you see here this button here, which resets the range. So if you have changed your in-sample period and want to now extend the in-sample period to all data which has been loaded here on the chart, just click this reset range button, and you see now all data is used here for your analysis again. So this is a quick way just to reset the in-sample range. Another one is that we now have an API monitor, which might be interesting if you do a lot of work with with our API here, and you can just see it at this URL here. I will just open here with a small. So what you see here is, first of all, in the first section here, you can see that the overall calls during the last 30 days, which will be updated. So here in the last month, we had around 400K calls to our cycle analysis engine. What's more important here for you, if you think there might be an error with the cycles API, you can check the endpoints here, and you will see the average request duration. So you see it's around 20 to 90 milliseconds for a cycle scanner call. And if you use the integrated data feed, it's up to 1 second maximum to get the feedback. So here you see the really health of our data here. Yeah, so another point was that we now have also weekly data with the quandle data. So it was often requested also to chart weekly data. So what you can now do is also to show weekly data here. So this is documented on our data feed page, and I will show you an example here. So if you now use the quandle data sets, you can set the range you want to chart here. So for example, if we want to use gold and the weekly data set of gold, we will use this ID here. So let's just put it over into our scanner, change the data feed here to this ID here, update the scanner. And what you now see is that you have weekly data loaded here. So if you check the data on the chart, you will see that it's only weekly data, and also the forecast here is now weekly data. If you want more data on the chart, just load more data, and this will then pull up even more data. So you can go back and even load a lot of weekly data here if you like, update the analysis. And here you go with weekly data and cycle analysis on your weekly data set. So this is also a new feature which was requested. Just be aware you add the /weekly to your quandle data here. So this is also for quandle, but we will improve this now moving forward. Yeah, that's more or less it about the important changes. Maybe one last feature which was added also to the um, charting area. So if you start to chart the dominant cycle and pull up, for example, other dominant cycle from other data sets, there's now a new feature which lets you inverse the plot. So if you want to cycle, see it inverse, like if you do volatility data where the cycle has a different meaning, you can just invert it here. So yeah, that's more or less it. So I hope you liked the overview about what changed here as a quick update. So see you in the future and stay safe. See you.